now I'm gonna interview you for school. You know this.
Yeah.
I have some questions that
Yes.
I will
With
ask
me.
you. The first question is, can you please tell me about yourself? Like, just anything.
Tell you something about myself.
Yeah.
How many time I got?
As
No.
long as you want, no?
Yeah.
I can tell you something that I like to do is riding with a bicycle, for instance. But
Yeah.
you know that already.
Yeah, I know that.
And then, of course, we have a big family with a lot of children and grandchildren.
Yeah. Of course, my school would also like to know your name and stuff. So that's what I was really asking. Oh.
Sorry, I don't understand you very well because
So,
Moken is making noise in the kitchen. So.
So what I'm asking is just your name, age.
My name.
I know it, but I mean like a name, age, and.
My name is Guy. In Guy you can pronounce it G-I-E. The family name is Bernard.
Okay.
But you know it. You know it already.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Your birthday and when were you born? And where were you born? So.
Darius, can you wait for niks? Anneke, jullie je koken eens afzetten? Jullie gaan dat ding eens afzetten? Ik versta je niet.
Okay.
Ja, ik versta niet. De keuken. Ja, oké, Darius. You can go on now.
So, when were you born and where were you born? So in Belgium, I'm guessing?
Yes, I'm born in Belgium, in the place that's called Bonheiden. And I am born the 6th of April 1956. So that means now I'm 63 years old.
How has it been since I was gone?
Since you were gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's a long time that we saw you, but sometimes we had the phone. I heard you on the phone, but yeah, now it's especially when the barbecue and the Christmas feast, it's much quieter than
less people.
Yeah, less people, of course.
Like 6 people, so yeah.
People,
Better.
You and your sister and your dad and your mom, and then Alexander and Maxie too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference, of course.
A very big difference.
Oh
yeah, their cat. So, what was your childhood like?
My childhood. Let's say just until I was 16, 17 years old, from 0 to 17, I was quite happy because everything was protected for me. I didn't see any bad things, so
So you had a good childhood?
Yes, it was good. It was good. I had a lot of opportunities, a lot of friends.
So what was it was it hard to grow up after the war in Belgium?
Actually, we didn't. I was born after the war. Yeah, most of the people here, but we didn't realize there has been a war because for
Okay.
everybody it was the same. There was nothing. For
So
instance,
it's like the war never happened.
yeah, but it was the same for everybody, so it didn't give you problems. There was nothing you couldn't buy a lot of things, but it was not a problem because it was for nobody. Nobody could buy a lot of things. So for everybody it was the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So I know I'm part of your family, but I want to tell you about like your parents or sisters and brothers and stuff. Like
I have 3 brothers, but no sisters.
okay.
So, my parents, they grew up with 4 boys. It gave some problems sometime, of course. But as you know, my father, he died last month.
Yeah, I know.
Today, exactly 1 month ago, so 7th of August. So it was a little bit sad, but okay.
How do you feel about your father's death?
No, of course it was sad. But on the other hand, we knew that it should happen because he was, especially the last months, he was very ill. It was a kind of a relief for him and also for my mother. But of course, it's a sad period.
Yeah.
He was 10 days, he died 10 days before he became 88 years old. So we couldn't complain, of course. But,
yeah, it's natural.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna talk about you and cycling.
Yeah, that's good.
Since you really love it.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Darius,
so
you can cycle too there. I saw it on the video. Congratulations.
You like it?
Yeah.
So, what got you into cycling?
What I like about cycling is the.
No, well, you can say that too. I asked, what got you into cycling?
What got me into cycling?
Yeah.
The need to do something on my health, my physical condition.
Oh.
Because I had a job, always sitting on the desk, on the chair, and this is not good for your health. And for that, I need something to do with my body, and cycling was a good opportunity to do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think that one of the main reasons that you chose cycling for your daily exercise is it because a lot of people in Belgium are cycling?
Yes, of course. There is the culture in Belgium is different than other countries because a lot of people here are going with the bicycle to the job, to the school.
Yeah.
And after that, the cycling champions like Eddie Merckx, so he's quite famous all over the world, and it's an example for everybody here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know him?
What?
You know Eddie Merckx?
I've heard of him. Yes.
Yeah.
So is he your idol?
Yeah. Yes. More or less, yeah. I've been cycling with him a few times too, because now he's 70, 75 or 70 years old, but he's still cycling. And a few years ago, I had the opportunity to take a trip with him, so that's nice.
How did it feel to cycle with your idol?
It makes me proud, of course. So,
yeah. How much did you cycle per day, or per week, or whatever time you want?
Sure. Now it's not that much anymore because it's getting colder, and but let's say at least 3 times a week, 4 times a week, and the distance during the week it was around 40 kilometers a day, and in the weekend, let's say between 90 and 110 kilometers a week. When you count everything together in 1 year, let's say 7,000, that's 8,000 kilometers a year. It's quite a lot. It's more than I drive with my car. So,
yeah.
But this year it's less.
Yeah. So what?
Because
Okay.
yes.
What kept you motivated to keep biking? Is it because you wanted to become fit, or is it another reason?
Of course, to keep fit is one way, but on the other hand, there is something magical on riding a bicycle, especially when you, for instance, go biking in the hills.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard, it's tough. You are competing against yourself, but at the other hand, it keeps your head free, and then when you reach the top, it's like a victory, and it gives you a super feeling. So and then you can go down. That's also nice. Downhill.
Going down a hill without doing anything. So are you saying like it's rough going up, but then it's good when going back down?
Yeah, reaching the top is magical. So because you have made some efforts and a lot of sweat and pain on your legs, but when you reach the top, it gives you an exciting feeling. So,
okay.
and the reward is then going downwards. So it's nice.
So
I want to make sure it's recording.
So I remember my mother telling me about you having an accident not that long ago. How has that affected your cycling?
Yes, it was last year in October, and I broke my, I don't know the name in English, the sleutelbeen. It's collarbone.
Clavicle.
The collarbone.
The collarbone. So it's still not fixed very well, but okay, the pain is gone. But
He has a bump.
yeah. Now there is I can show you if you want. So, see the bubble?
Yeah, I see it.
Not nice, but okay, it's I can still go with the bicycle, but not that much anymore.
So, okay. So how did you get into the accident? So what happened?
How it happened?
Yeah.
I was coming home.
Mm-hmm.
We went riding with a group with a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But the week before that, I was ill, and I didn't recover enough to get fit to bicycle with the other guys.
Oh.
Second point was it was quite cold.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning, you have to understand when you go for a trip for a lot of kilometers, you have to drink a lot. And because it was too cold, I didn't drink enough. And then when I went home, I came to home, I got a blackout. and I drove into the trees and
Hello.
I smacked to the macadam to the ground. So it was my stupid, well, fault. So
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
again, my mother has told me that a long time ago you traveled a lot. Where would you travel and why would you travel there?
Italia.
Yes, I traveled to Italy. I've been there for 2 years. You can remember that because you was a little boy then. No, you didn't. No, you didn't know.
Dat was Alexander
It was Alexander.
en Maxi.
Yeah, I think I
He wasn't born yet.
Dat was de eerste keer dat we serie. Dat was in Italië.
Yeah, that's right. So it was for my job. So
okay.
I had the opportunity to work in Italy, but I have to stay there for 1 year. At the end, it became 2 years, and it was nice. And on the other hand, also for the job, I had some opportunities to travel around Europe, but only for 1 day. And also, I've been for 5 days, 4 or 5 days to the United States too, but it was in the I forgot the place, but no, on the lakes.
What was it like there?
In Milwaukee. It was in Milwaukee. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, so where? Yeah. Do you always travel for work or stuff like that, or do you also travel for other reasons?
Also traveled for fun, for the holidays too, but not that much anymore. And because now we are, you know that we have a few dogs.
Yeah.
We have to keep the dogs here, so somebody has to care about the dogs. And I have also a few chickens.
Yeah.
And my mother now she's becoming 90 years old, so she needs also some care. And then your grandmother, the mother from Muke, is also in the home. So we have to take our time to take care of them.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What are a few of your favorite places you visited?
Sorry, I didn't understand it.
What are your favorite places you've visited?
The favorite places to visit?
Yeah.
I think one of the favorite places was on the top of the Mont Ventoux in France. It was a magical moment. The first time I climbed on a quite strong hill, so it was famous for me. And then some other places in Italy I also like Venice, for instance. And then the Garda Lake in Italy. Garda Lake, yeah. It was nice. Some places in Italy, but also some places in Belgium are nice. Yeah.
This is kind of like, I would say it's the same question, but it's not. What visit has been most in your memory? So I don't mean like the best moment, but I mean like that is in there. You know?
Yeah, that you want to say a place that keeps in my mind because it was special, or I had a good memory in it. Yeah.
Or just anything really. It's just
Yeah. I think in Italy.
Mm.
Because it was one of the first
Trips you've done?
trips I made with Mukere.
Mm.
Yeah. In Dubrovnik also, in Croatia. Dubrovnik.
Oh.
Was also nice.
Has anything ever bad happened when you went somewhere?
You mean on a visit or in my life?
Visiting, like traveling.
Visit. Yes. Yes, there is something, it was not bad, but it was not,
Really good.
I was in Barcelona in Spain and I missed my plane. It was not very nice to miss my plane and I couldn't get a new flight until the other day. At the same time, I stopped. I left the hotel, so it was not available anymore. That makes me that I could stay a whole night and day in the airport. It was not very nice. Okay.
Oh. Now we're gonna talk about you and your dogs and chickens and
Yeah.
everyone
Yes.
take care of all your pets. So talking about traveling, I've heard that you have brought back pets from different places, like
Yes. Yes.
big back from Spain, right?
Yes. We had one dog from Spain, but in the meantime, you remember him? It was called Floyd.
Yeah.
It was a very nice dog. And he came from Spain. I think he suffered a lot in Spain, but he was not a young dog anymore when he came at our places. But we gave him the last years a nice day. So, but finally he died also a few years ago. Then we had Bowie, was a small dog. You also remember him?
Yeah, I do.
He was coming from Italy. So, but she died also 2 years ago. Then there was Baila. That was also a very nice dog. But he was from Uncle Bart. Yeah? But she also died here. And then now we have Teddy, the poodle. Somebody, wait, I will take him for you.
Hello, Teddy.
Here is Teddy.
He looks. Seems he's bigger than I saw him last time.
It's still a small dog, but it's a nice dog. Yeah, I have been on camp on a holiday for 1 week together with Helena. So it was a special dog camp, and Helena she trained him to give high five and so on. So it was nice. And then we had Dixie. Dixie now is 18 years old. She's quite old for a dog, but she's sleeping now. She's always sleeping. But you also remember her?
Yeah.
Dixie, yes. Yeah, that's it. For the dogs.
Yeah, you have many chickens.
And the chickens, the chickens are chickens. They give us eggs. And,
you don't really get attached to them.
I'm not familiar with the chickens, so they give us eggs, and that's all. And I give them food. So
And comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so did you have any pets when you were younger?
No, I didn't have.
Wow.
Except the goldfish maybe, but for the rest I didn't have any pets when I was young. No, because
Oh.
no, as well as my father, as my mother, they always said, when you cannot keep them, give them your time, you're not allowed to have some dogs.
Oh, that's sweet.
It takes a lot of responsibility to have a dog and to care.
Of course.
Yeah.
What were the most memorable experiences you've shared with your pets?
With my pets. Mm. I have a lot of good memories on Bowie because she was my she could do anything that I asked from me. I didn't have to take her on the leash. She always followed me. It was for me it was a very nice dog. You have to remember that she drove with a bicycle, with a car, with a train, in an aeroplane, and in a boat. She has a lot of travelings with us. So
Yeah.
it's a nice dog, for me at least. But she had also some nasty habits. She could bite sometimes.
If you remember.
Yeah, but not for me. Yeah.
So I was finding out that your first dog was gonna die. The worst time you've ever had with them?
The first dog it was. I'm doubting. I think it was Floyd.
Yeah, it was Floyd. I remember that.
Right, it was the first one because we didn't have him for a long time. We only had him 3 or 4 years. So,
how did you feel when it was happening? Like.
So can you repeat it, please?
So how did you feel at that moment? Was that really hard for you?
Right. Yeah, it was quite hard because it was such a sweet dog and yeah, it was lovable. But you know, he was old and it is time to go.
Yeah.
It's a part of the life, eh? So yeah.
Would you say that's the hardest time you've had with your dogs when they passed?
Well, I had some other hard times too, but see, dying a dog is always sad, huh? So, yeah. 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 Bowie and Byler, yeah.
How are you affected by your pet's death? Like, you feel bad or?
No, not bad because now we have when we have time and we can take another dog in our house, we can do it, and there is always something new. No, and it's a part of the life that the dog has to pass away too. Grateful. Yeah. 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 No.
So, how has like your father's death, your pet's death, like most your loved ones' deaths, how has that shaped you or affected you?
Yeah. This all makes that you have to see the positive things in life, because life is not always nice, but there are a lot of nice things in life, so you have to take them and see the positive things, and take the opportunities if you can.
So I'm gonna say, like, the first time someone died with you, did it change you, or did you always think the same way in this mood of you should stay positive?
No, the first time you see someone and he passed away, it gives a deep impact, because you didn't see it before, and but after a while you get familiar with dying, and
So
it's a part of life.
yeah.
That's it.
So for the interview's sake, what would your advice be for anyone that has lost someone dear to them?
It's I would say to everybody that you have tried to do good for other people, not because there is somebody dead, but it's for everybody the same. Don't harm some other people, or say or do something that you wouldn't like to be done by yourself. So,
So now what would your advice be for just life in general?
sorry, I didn't understand it.
What would your advice be for life in general?
Life in general, be positive. Yeah, that makes you stronger, and there are always some bad things, but you have to see on every bad thing that happens, there is always a good opportunity for that too. So it is always an advantage when there is something bad. So be positive. Yeah.
Okay, so that I have ended my interview.